Don't you worry.
Oh, thank God.
You act fast.
I mean, why would I?
I rolled up my sleeves and I got to work.
I mean, that's what you did for pretty much all of Baswud's time.
You may have to get used to it.
I was.
I'm just a small
Yo, get out the way.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Asshole.
That's enough.
Kathy and Hugh were both at the wake. I should talk to them.
Так, я ж могу обратно выйти, а то я боюсь, что что-нибудь да пропущу.
Not uncommon for miners to end up in those once they get black lungs.
О, Тара.
Oh, Sam, you here to pick up something for your, condition?
I have a condition?
Yeah, the one that makes you the way you're always so... you? It's all right, of course. I won't tell anyone. I think I might actually have leaky gut. It's where your intestine starts to dissolve, and your half-digested food starts to leak out into your blood. I'm trying to find something for it, and if it doesn't help, can't hurt. I'm glad someone took over this old drugstore. Can you imagine? This town without a pharmacy would be like, well, me with a hole in my gut. I'll just check the internet when I get home. It'll tell me what to get.
It was nice talking to you, Tara.
Oh, yes. Always.
Какая она странная женщина, боюсики, костики. С своим расстройством кишечника или что у нее там. Пеший маршрут.
Hiking is an activity best done alone on a Sunday afternoon. Bug made that for Mother's Day years ago, and Kathy still keeps it with her.
Диплом хозяина аптеки.
He looks like those doctors you see on commercials.
Кстати, да, подозрительно, слишком какой-то хороший и добрый. Я таких не люблю. Они подозрительные обычно.
Ah, Samuel. Sorry about Richard. He's always a little on edge. I'm surprised to see you up and about after the night you had. Honestly. I was afraid you'd end up like your friend. You were quite inebriated.
Yeah, I got to hear all about it secondhand. Really not my finest hour.
I would say not. After your barroom brawl. I did my best to prevent you from following that other man outside. And I tried to get you to hand over your keys. But you would have none of it.
Sorry about that. The man I had a fight with, Dennis. Have you seen him today?
Seen him? No. No, can't say I have.
Thanks anyways.
That article you wrote, it's done this town a lot of good.
How do you figure?
The mine was a band-aid on a torn artery. Sometimes, doing what is unpopular is still the moral choice.
You probably believe that.
I'd offer you something for that hangover, but I find in some cases, time is the best medicine.
My mom used to say that all the time. Now she only says it a lot.
Sounds like a wise woman. Listen to her advice. Now, you have a good one, young man. Was there anything else you needed, by the way?
I have to ask, why move here, of all places? You know, here, Baswood. A blink and you miss this town. People move out of Baswood, not in.
The town I used to work in had 100 other pharmacies in it. Oh, you'd make sales. But you don't get to know anyone, ever. Plus, if I'm being honest, I always imagined I'd retire in a small mountain town. Samuel, I saw you talking to Walter. Can you ask him something from me?
Sure thing. What is it?
I knew I could count on you. I was hoping the Basswood jungle could run a piece about me. You see, some of the older folks see me as an outsider still.
Can't say I'm surprised. I'll try and remember to ask next time I talk to him.
I really appreciated the chat, but I'm afraid it's time I get back to work. Do come see me again.
Новые записи.
I hope you'll stay for the festivities, Samuel.
Хорошо, хорошо. Конфеты, Китти.
Bug made that for Mother's Day years ago, and Kathy still keeps it with her. Still here after all these years. She followed Nick to Basswood, but never liked it. Hey, Kathy.
Oh, Sam. What can I do you for?
It's just one of those days. Ran into Declan outside. He ranted about some thugs.
Declan. He's testy because he wants Miner's Day to go well. Like in the old days, without any trouble. But really, Sam, I'm in the middle of my shift. Do you need something?
So, the wake.
None of us were on our best behavior. Nick would have been happy you showed up, no matter how anything else went. I left early myself to go check on Joan. Did you have to say that fantasy about her father being murdered was real?
That's not what I
just want her to be a little girl, not a little Sam Higgs, sneaking around and getting into trouble. And now all she can talk about is how you're gonna prove that she's right. Sorry. I know it's not your fault, but I just don't... I don't know what to do with her. She's my daughter, and I feel like I'm losing her. I gotta go. If the boss sees me jawing instead of working, I'll get an earful.
No one in here was much help.
3 boxes of codeine. 5
Хорошо, я ухожу. Так, давайте почитаем. Ой, божечки, кошечки. Почему он так напоминает мне себя самого? Вдумчивость, упрямство, одиночество. Как бы я хотела доказать ей, что она ошибается во всем. Но она не права насчет отца и Басвуда, что у нее будет особенная жизнь, если бы... Он успел составить мнение по поводу моей статьи. Абсолютно уверен, что она сделала хорошее дело. Возможно, он такой один во всем городе. Неудивительно, что он ведь не местный. С нашей последней встречи он как будто стал увереннее, но и как-то напряженнее. Китти сохранила подарок. Краски давно поблекли. А ее бывший начальник то и дело ворчал, что в аптеке всякому хламу не место. Даже сама Джон говорит, что ее можно выкинуть, и она не обидится. Но Кэти ни за что не выбросит банк у нее уже так долго, что фактически живет собственной жизнью. И Джон скоро ждет то самое. Она будет жить собственной жизнью, но банк останется у Китти. Внутри останется все та же свечка, которую так никто и не зажег. И, вероятно, никогда не зажгет. А можно вот игрушечку купить на благотворительность, нет? Или я бомж? Так. Next. Ой, какая женщина. Официантка.
She pulls the look off a lot better than I could.
Классно выглядит что-то.
Hey, don't remember seeing you in town before. Passing by?
I was born in Basswood. I was raised in Basswood, though I left for a few years.
Wait, you managed to leave and still came back? You'd never see me again if I left.
Why don't you then?
Yeah, sure. I'm just gonna take my millions of dollars and make a run for it. I can barely get by, like everyone else here. Too poor to stay, too poor to leave. Slow day so far. But people are gonna swarm the cafe once the celebration starts. I guess it means more tips for me, so it's not all bad.
Somehow, I don't think the town's recent history will be included. It's fine with me.
Вы когда-нибудь задавались вопросом, как Басвуд получил свое название, и как скромный шахтерский поселок превратился в сердце округа Бун и двигателем его мобилизации? Хотим в наше любимое здание администрации и все узнаете.
Remember when this whole celebration used to be twice as big? Back when this town wasn't just a dead horse we all keep kicking. Why do we even bother with this old place? Feels like a ghost town sometimes, except ghosts haven't bothered leaving.
Зайдем в кафе, что ли? Давайте.
Now I've gone and made a bit of a mess. Oh, Sam, is that you? Dear, please, could you help an old doddering woman?
Кристина.
You are many things, but not doddering. Plotting, maybe.
Sam, you shouldn't say such things, even if they're true.
Okay, Muley, for 2 points. What is the name of the pink pony on the animated cartoon show Prancers? The super cool one I was telling you about the other day? You know, my favorite?
Polly. Polly Pony?
No, that's her sister. She's totally different.
Then what is her name?
I'm not telling. What if the card comes up again?
You really like to win, huh, Bug?
All right, coffee for you and hot chocolate for the young... Is that a comic about monsters?
It's about Tardigrade Man. He can survive almost anything. His only weakness is his own emotions. He's based on the microscopic tardigrades. It has 8 legs and can survive star radiation.
Huh. Well, it doesn't seem like the kind of thing a young woman should be reading.
She says she's gonna be an entomologist. What can you do?
I am going to be an entomologist. I'm going to study every bug, especially the crawlies. But tardigrade isn't a bug. It's a microanimal.
Well, good for you. Sounds like just what a young woman like you should be reading.
So, can we play this again tomorrow, maybe?
We can play as often as you want.
You promise?
Yeah, I promise.
Pinky swear? If you break those, you go to hell.
I don't think you're supposed to be using that language.
You can't break this. No matter what.
You're real intense for a kid, you know that?
Say it!
I won't break the pinky swear, no matter what.
Thank you so much. You're always such a dear.
Say, Christina, have you...
Oh, Sam, it's been years. It really is so nice to see you again.
Yeah, likewise, but...
I wanted to come to the funeral yesterday, but just thinking about it, oh dear.
Now, I know you want to interrupt her because I want to interrupt her. So eyes on me, buddy. Happy thoughts, deep breaths. Yeah, well, speaking of the...
Poor Joan, losing her father at such a young age. Oh, what a tragedy. I was trying to find one of those games she likes so much to cheer her up. Poor child only has Kathy now, and, well, far from me to criticize or anything, but these last few months, Kathy hasn't been all there, if you know what I mean. Hopefully this tragedy will be a wake-up call for her to be more present. She should take a few weeks off to be with Joan. I know you would never refuse. Don't you agree?
О, господи.
I can't say I was really listening. You do talk a lot.
Amiable as ever, I see. Well, at least you're honest about it, if nothing else. Since you obviously didn't come here to chat, what do you want?
Have you seen Dennis today?
Dennis? No, it's odd, actually. He usually stops in here Sunday mornings. Like how you and Nick used to come over from the paper with Anna every Friday. You three always seem so happy. Oh, but you, Sam, how have you been doing?
Sitting in my mom's spare bedroom and decomposing into Arrested Development.
Well, at least you're decomposing with family. You look well.
I've been better. Hungover this morning.
You know what's good for that? Coffee.
I know, Christina. Not right now. I gotta go.
Coffee, it's amazing. Просто amazing. Занятой человек. Я бы сейчас тоже не отказалась накатить бы кофейку, потому что что-то не выспалась. Растения, книги.
Good to see someone finally knows how to take care of a plant. It's basic, yet so many people manage to mess it up. Cowboy must have lost his keys.
Деклан.
Glad to see Joan hasn't changed too much.
Что здесь написано? Ищу без вознаграждения. Утерянная книга под названием «Лязг оружия». 6-я серия про человека-тихоходку. Если найдете, оставьте Кристине, она мне передаст. Спасибо.
Christina, always bringing positivity.
Конкурс капкейков. Приносите ваши самые вкусные и красивые капкейки. Победитель конкурса получит 30 капкейков. Классно. Так, это все? Пустые полки. Официантка.
Hey, man. Thought I knew everyone, but I don't know you.
I used to be a regular a few years ago.
Oh, right. You're one of those who skipped town when the mine closed down.
You could say that, yes.
Town ain't changed much since then. Same old boring Basswood. I know most people hate that, but I don't. It's quiet here. It's nice.
So quiet, there's no rush hour, I guess.
Right?
Так. Кофе.
Not very inspired.
В смысле не вдохновляет кофе? Друг мой, кофе.
Well, that's not spelled right. Not even close.
Что? Хорошего дня, чистого сердца. Так, my soul is like your coffee. It's black, naturally, but without milk. Прикольно.
That's a good one.
Моя душа как кофе. От природы черного цвета, но если добавить молока, пить, в общем-то, можно. О, чисто про меня просто. Шутки про черную душу, просто моя любимая. Кристина.
The cost. Right, so the overhead would
You seem real
be-
engrossed.
Oh, I'm sorry, hun. Just balancing the books. Or trying to.
You still have Basswood's best coffee?
Ah, honey, you know we've never had that. That's over at the police station. Bess takes her coffee very seriously. Puts mine to shame. She pays out of pocket for real high-end stuff. I'd never make the margins work. Not that my margins have been cutting it lately. Anyway, the past is the past. I just accepted a big business opportunity, which makes tidying up my books in time extra important, even if it kills me.
I didn't think I'd see the day where you'd consider a franchise contract.
Ha! Only the day God calls for me. Have you met Hugh Kirkland already? The new pharmacist. He's helping me with a few improvements. Angel investing. Can you believe it?
I actually can't. What did he ask for in return?
Oh, dear. I can't believe you're so cynical at your age. People in small towns do help each other. Every now and again. That's not just something that happens on made-for-TV movies.
I feel strange being back here. I don't think I've been in your cafe in a while.
Almost 2.5 years. Anna kept coming in, but you stopped.
You noticed that?
I could tell you 2 dears weren't gonna make it. It broke my heart.
Well, sounds like you knew before I did.
Gotta have one eye on the customer and one eye on the books. Not that I really want to keep an eye on the books, mind you. It's just been a bit slow the last few years. All over town, really.
I know you'll still be here when the rest of the town is gone. You're too tough.
Maybe. Maybe. But you know us. We always make it through. For example, I thought we'd never have another Miners' Day, but here we are.
How you doing? You managed to keep the books balanced?
About as well balanced as a snake with 4 balls.
That sounds uncomfortable, at the very least.
Something my grandfather used to say. Still don't know what it means, but it works in almost any situation. Say, hun, would you mind if I finish this?
Oh yeah, of course. Good luck with your book balancing.
Появилась новая запись печеньки. Так, а давайте посмотрим, что тут у нас попоявлялось. Официантка. Не хватает на жизнь и на переезд. Неплохой заголовок для статьи. Она могла бы написать про Николь. Это абсолютно басвудская история. Памятная вещь. Ковбойский брелок с именем Деклана. Да уж, со вкусом у басвудских полицейских туговато. Думаешь, Деклана подтолкнули к выбору профессии старые вестерны? Может, для него Басвуд — это личный Дикий Запад? Во внутренний диванный психотерапевт подсказывает, что это подарок от коллеги, а может даже от начальницы шерифа Митчелл. Интересная тема, этот упрощенный конфликт между добром и злом. Черная шляпа против белой. По крайней мере, Деклан знает, на какой он стороне. Наверное, бросил школу, но ему как будто нравится в Басвуде. Кристина, хозяйка кафе «Американо». Это кафе через дорогу от моей старой работы. Мы с Анной и Ником постоянно туда ходили. Кристина знает весь город. Она главная сплетница во всем Басвуде. Но она варит отличный кофе. Когда смеется, ее слышно на весь Басвуд. По крайней мере, раньше было так. Кристина здорово меня поддержала. Кажется, во всем Басвуде мне симпатизирует одна эта сентиментальная тетенька. Сейчас у нее, как у всех, проблемы с деньгами. Жалко, очень жалко.
I don't imagine Walter had obituaries in mind when he became editor-in-chief. No luck so far, but I should keep digging around. Someone must have seen Dennis.
Так, нам осталось только Мемориал Плаза.
Really didn't think Miners' Day would have survived the mine closing down.
Сюда вот мужчинка сидит.
A statue honoring miners. Pretty meaningless now. Religion's kind of like genetics. If your parents had it, you probably do too. This is new. Dalmatians. Now that's the Basword I remember.
Главный шах Батом открыто и закрыто в 2015 году. Пожертвования: Уильям Джексон, Уолтер Томпсон, Хью, Роберт Паусон, Вика, Никон Ричард, Итан, Джон, Ник. О, ведущий.
Hey, can I ask you something?
Hello, young man. Of course you can ask. No promise answering.
Why do you bother cleaning the memorial?
Well, everything has to look its best for today. Especially the miner. I really didn't think it was going to happen this year. Good thing Mr. Kirkland decided to help out. And besides, that way people can remember with pride we used to be rednecks.
That matters to you?
It should matter to every West Virginian.
And why do you think it should matter so much?
How many West Virginians does it take to screw in a light bulb?
This doesn't sound like a history lesson.
You answer my question, I'll answer yours. So, how many West Virginians?
10, 2. Пусть будет 10.
10. 1 to hold the light bulb, 9 to rotate the ladder.
Not bad. The one I have in store is 3. 1 to replace the light bulb, 2 to complain about how the old one was better.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, just not the kind of funny you laugh at. So, you still want to hear the story?
I'm all ears.
This fella here is a reminder of when coal miners stood together. You see, back 100 years ago, you'd be safer in the trenches than down in the mines. He didn't sit right with our boys. They demanded better conditions. Of course, the corporations, being what they are, refused and sent strikebreakers.
The mine wars. Miners came out in force, Union men. Met the strikebreakers over in Logan County.
That's right. 10,000 strong. And it all came to a head at Blair Mountain. The miners tied red bandanas around their necks for solidarity. Brotherhood. At least 100 men died in that battle. Blood spilled for what we have now.
I'm guessing you're fond of that story, huh? A lot of respect for rednecks.
Well, things were tough, but we were a united community back then. Anyway, I'll get back to it. Gonna give her a real spit shine. You take care now.
Хорошо, то есть хорошо. Корни... 20 тысяч горняков пошли по кругу Бу на самой горе Блэр, вступили в бой за будущее.
Never forget, huh? Drowned 6 men. Baswood's mining started with an accident. Fitting.
Открыто в 1856 году, закрыто после наводнения, в котором утонуло 6 рабочих. Рекорд производства в округе был приземки лет, закрыто. Про шахты, да? Джо.
Losing his legs seemed like the end of him, but he bounced back. Man, he's a rock.
Это не отец Анны?
Joe.
Sam? You old bridge jumper, how you been? What's the calendar say?
2 years, Joe. It's been 2 years.
Too long. Heard you showed up yesterday. Boys give you trouble?
Maybe a little. But don't worry. It's hard for me to blame them.
After the mine closed, well, it ain't easy to put food on the table. Don't let that weigh on you. No one else has lost their legs recently.
So, how have you been holding up?
Terribly. But Anna keeps me young. How'd you ever let her get away?
You probably know better than me.
I heard all about it. Still, I always liked you. Straight shooters are a rare breed these days. I like a man that can look me in the eye and say what he means.
You haven't seen Dennis today, have you?
I wish. Just about the only guy I could talk hockey with.
Not football?
I want to talk football. I could just grab anybody on the street. Dennis actually enjoys a man's sport. But no, I haven't seen him.
I noticed you weren't at the bar last night.
Went home after the service. Being crippled takes it out of you. Normally, I'd be rotting away in my recliner, but I like to come out, see the decorations, pay my respects to old Iron here. This town's been a mining town before I was born, and it'll be one after I die. It's good to get out and celebrate your roots every now and then.
I don't have the same perspective on Miners' Day that other people have.
No, I suppose you wouldn't.
I have places I need to be, but it's good to see you.
Just promise you won't wait 2 years before saying boo again.
I'll do my best.
Сегодня планирую работать в кафе. Буду очень рада поговорить, если ты все еще не уехал. Ага. Так, а что нам там добавили? Поговорить с Анной в кафе. Угу. Джо, отец Анны, бывший шахтер. Именно его трагедия побудила меня написать статью про шахту, и все равно он на меня не в обиде. Ни за статью, ни за то, как я подвел его дочь. Какая-то часть меня хочет верить, что он считает меня хорошим человеком, но я знаю, что он просто глубже других прячет презрение. Это грустно. Так. Угу.
All right, time to say hi to Anna.
А вот я ее даже вижу тут. Лол, типа пока мы с ее батей разговаривали, она такая протиснулась к нам. Ну-ка, сейчас, секунду, я зайду. Ничего интересного нового там не нашла. Ну пойдемте с Анной поговорим туда. Чисто реально, просто пока мы с ее батей базарили, она такая прошмыгнула в кафешку, потому что мы же буквально только что были там. Прикольно.
Betting there'll be a few more cups before she leaves. Some things never change.
Sam, I didn't think you'd actually show up.
I didn't think I would either. But hey, sometimes we surprise ourselves.
So, I hear you got in a fight after I left the wake?
It was really more of a scuffle than a fight. A bit of tit for tat.
Oh, well, if it was just a bit of friendly fisticuffs.
Yeah, I don't know if I could call it friendly. You haven't seen Dennis today, have you?
Why? Afraid your powerful blows laid him up?
So, what are you working on?
I'm working on an article on how nature does its best to reclaim the land after a strip mining operation. Why are you looking for Dennis? I can tell something has you spooked. I can always tell.
Go on. Tell her. You could honestly use a non-imaginary person to confide in.
She might slow me down. Or try to involve the cops.
She might do those things, yes, or she might be someone who you can trust, who can help.
I woke up today and My shirt was covered in blood.
Blood? What happened?
I don't know. Last night, pills and alcohol mixed. It's all a blur. That's why I'm looking for Dennis.
Have you tried the Basswood jungle? He likes to work weekends.
No, not yet. I'll do that right now.
Sam, is there anything I can do to help? Oh, nah. I'm just gonna do my own thing. Oh, Sam, what have you done?